Welcome everybody to another episode of NoWrongConvos. I am here, Femi. We have OG to my right, and we have Bond. I know you guys are noticing a very special somebody here. Her name is Sunmi. She flew all the way from the UK for this show.
We didn't flew how?
No. She's amazing. Yeah, she flew herself. Maybe she saw our show and she said, you know what, she wants to come and talk here, and just nice. Talk about different things. So the first topic we have for her is, or what we're going to talk about today is the single dating scene.
The single dating scene. Who did this single dating? I don't understand. Single mother, single parent dating scene.
Oh, the single parent dating scene.
I don't understand. It's not a single dating scene.
Oh, sorry. The single parent dating scene.
You said he would bring us in, that he was the sharpest of... Anyway.
No, it was Ogieva. Ogieva was supposed to bring her in, but I don't know. Something's going on with him right now. So the single parent dating scene. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, go on.
If you get to a certain age, you know, if as a guy, as a homo boy, right? Chances are, if you're single to a certain age, chances are you will meet a single parent. Now, I don't know about you guys, but single parents are different from the regular single people. Yeah. I don't know if you are going to agree, you know, but they're
absolutely correct,
right? Yeah, and I think you can tell. I don't know. Even before they tell you, there's certain questions they already be asking, and you know that this one's serious.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm just giving my own personal experience. You know, like So yes, I mean, let's start with Ogieva.
Okay, but the
reason why I want to say let's start with Ogieva now is because Ogieva has more experience than all of us in the dating scene.
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely. Bond is absolutely correct.
I feel like Balotelli. Why always me?
So, Ogieva, please, over to you.
Yeah, well,
okay, I think maybe we should just ask you questions. Yeah, because it's kind of open-ended. Let's ask you questions. So, when you met obviously you've dated a single mom. Right, we're going to assume that you've dated, because you've dated a lot of people.
Yeah, I've dated.
Yeah, like different types of women. Yes. So which is okay.
Yes, fine.
Right. So you've dated a single mom.
The reference.
Yes.
And how was the conversation at first? How did you know that she was a single mom? How did you handle it?
How exactly?
What?
Let me ask you a question.
No, how?
Everybody
wants to know, right?
She was a single mom.
Okay, see, the way I see it right now, I think we are being disrespectful. Yeah. Ladies first.
No, it's okay. We'll go.
These guys have influenced you already.
Yes.
What? Okay, well, I don't know.
Both questions.
Okay, Bon, come again.
I was just asking your own experience. Like, I just said to you, at what point in time did you know? Like you met a babe, you like her, she's fine, and you go chase her, you know. At what point did you know she was a single mom?
And how did she tell you?
The first night I met her.
How did she tell you? Do you remember?
I can't really remember.
Yeah, exactly. I know you date a lot of women.
You know, it was the first night.
Okay, so the first night, did she go, oh, I am a mother?
So basically she was clearing you.
Or did she just say something like, I have to put my kids to bed, something like that, or I need to call the nanny.
Are we talking about my experience?
No, start now. We start with you. We start with you.
But why is he asking for whether the kids are going to bed? I want to them bedtime stories.
The question is, at what point?
Okay,
how did she say it?
Okay, we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. Don't worry. Okay, we'll come back to it.
I just gotta say, this guy always.
No, sorry, I'm being very professional.
Okay, so let professional come. Suit and tie. Please, let's hear it.
I wear shirt today.
Don't be only shirts. So, I mean, for my let me share my experience.
Okay, you remembered.
I think single moms are, quite sensitive. They are delicate, and they are also very strong. I feel they're like the strongest set of females out there. So before I even go further, shout out to single moms there, man. Shout out to
They're doing amazing.
Fist bump.
He's born.
Do you understand?
Just
So
give it to Bond
you know.
as well.
So I think
I don't know.
I think
They're not
they
just a
they already they have an experience already. Do you understand? You know, being with a guy. So I don't know. It varies. In some cases, they probably learn from their mistakes. Do you get? Or you know. So
we asked
wait,
a
I'm
question.
heading somewhere. Let me just finish. Do you understand? So they are very nice and caring. You understand? They know when you want to eat. Before you even, do you know? They're just caring. They're always
This guy
there
seems like
for
he's
you.
doing an advert.
No. I want to share my experience.
Oh,
It wasn't glory days. It wasn't glory days. You know.
I will ask.
but
Wait, we asked you.
in summary, yeah. To be honest, you know, I just summarized.
I asked you.
You guys are very
how early, well, when she told you that she was single
First
mom.
day, you know.
Because I mean, like you said, when you meet someone and as a single mom, you know immediately that this person is serious. They are more what's the word? In my opinion,
Focused.
Okay. So now because we have done all this preamble, and let's bring our guest into the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we have Sunmi here, and one of the reasons why we're even talking about this today, and you know, I'm going to have a conversation, is that Sunmi is a strong single mom, right? You know, one of those mother father single moms,
See me all day.
all those kind of stuff. You get me?
Yeah.
So and we wanted to be able to have this conversation properly and have a a perspective from a female perspective.
Okay.
So Sunmi, I want to ask you, right? What's your own? Let me give you. I want to give you a leverage to say what you want to say. What's your own opinion of the dating scene of single parents?
I don't really think it's that different, if I'm being honest. From my experience, the guy that wants you will still want you whether or not you have a child. So to me, it's like depends on where you go to and what you're looking for. If you're trying to be serious, you know the kind of places you will go to. If you want to be serious and if you're just trying to have a nice time, you know where you can go to. But obviously, with the right support, it's easier for you to date. If not, obviously, you'll be working on the clock, looking after the kids and stuff like that. So it's easier with the right support, but it's not. I don't think it's that much different because you're still just a girl.
See, the thing about you said it's easier with the right support, but let's look at it now. A single guy. I mean, there are people out there. You know, I'm not going to say I've done it too. But there are people out there that you meet somebody.
Maybe. Like, who cares, really?
Can I finish?
You're a bloody married man. Who cares? Please speak the
So
truth.
anyway, there
When I
are
was in the
people
war.
out there that you meet someone and they click and shit. You're getting back home. You guys hooked up on a Friday evening, and then you're going back home on a Sunday because it was such a great, So that happens with two. But I mean, I can't imagine. You said with support, but I don't think that man support where you can disappear for a weekend, that kind of situation. So,
Well, my support, not disappear, but if you want to, okay, how do I say it? So my parents are like really there for me. So whether or not I'm around, my child is looked after.
Okay.
It's just that, so I have situations where I have to work out of the country or I have to work out of the city that I'm living in, and they're like on the go. Like someone's going to be available in my family to look after my child.
Well, your support system is
let me
amazing.
ask you a question.
Shout out to Sumi's parents, by the way.
Well, as in shout out to
You guys are awesome.
What's the most I won't say awkward or most interesting thing? Like, like he said now that he's told he was told the first night that he has. What's the most I don't want to use awkward or interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to look at what's the weirdest thing someone has said to you once you told them that you had a kid?
I think because my child is everywhere in my life.
So
like
you
on my social media, like even before you talk to me, you've already seen this picture. So you're like, okay, she has a child. Like it's kind of obvious. And apart from that, it's just easy for me to say I have a child. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It's just a very easy thing for me to say. Like, I have a child. So, and how you react, I will now determine what happens after. Because I've
but
never
what's the
met a
weirdest
guy.
reaction you've got?
I've never really had a bad reaction. To
Yeah,
be honest.
that's because you're beautiful, right?
Not really. I think it's
She says not really.
not really.
You're not really beautiful, or that's not the case.
Oh.
So how do you handle like time sharing? Because I know sometimes,
Yeah.
the guy, feels like, he needs more attention,
Shit.
sometimes some selfish moments,
Yeah.
I know, because you definitely have your schedule with your kids. You get that's fixed, so how do you handle, the guy coming in? Obviously, you need to move a couple of, things around.
and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Can I
do
answer
the
that
same
question?
thing.
No,
Let
can't
her
answer the
answer.
question. Are you?
I don't
No,
understand.
because
Please answer, I beg.
you see my belly now. You might never. It's obvious.
I beg, keep quiet. Answer the question.
Maybe it's because of I work for myself, so I can move things around to fit what I want to happen at that time. So it's easier like that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like say for instance, there's soccer practice.
Yeah.
And you don't miss soccer practice, but at that same time, someone is trying
Guy
to.
will wait too.
That's why I said I wanted to answer because
I would
if
never really
if she has a single mom has said it to the guy, I'm a single mom, the guy has to walk around priority,
yeah.
right?
Priorities.
Because the priority
Priorities.
is I'm talking about the kid now. One thing,
So I just wanted to.
so the our child. So if you have a son, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if your son has soccer practice or has an excursion or something,
Yeah.
he has to know that
Yeah.
that you can be there
Yeah.
for him.
At a certain time.
So that's he has to be very understanding. Well, like OG said, to the other side, right? I've never been with a single mother, but I hear that because of the experiences that they've had, they are subtle. They're a lot more subtle. Like they don't get angry so easily. Can I finish? They don't get angry so easily. They are. Hold on.
The producer seems to be making noise on the back.
They have better experience in handling a man.
Yeah,
I'm talking financially, educationally, sexually, emotionally.
Yeah.
I said sexually. OG was saying, look at him.
So OG, I want you to go. Let's go back to that experience because you did. I see you go that. Yeah. So is that? Do you agree that yes, there's a, and in your case, it's a little further because it's a single mom that was married. Yeah. So is there?
She's divorced.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry. Yeah. English. So is there some experience, quote unquote, is the right way to put it?
Yeah.
Is that an advantage, you would say?
Yeah, I feel it's an advantage because they've lived with a guy. The woman has lived with a guy before. You get so. Yeah, we all have some common traits to a certain level. So there are a couple of things she would have dealt with, and she probably would have gone through that. Okay, I could have handled this better. Could have handled this the other way. She would probably have had those kind of moments. So I think in some cases they even see it coming.
But I also want to ask something, and I will ask you that. But I'll start with that. Is there a case where the sins of
Sorry, did you just call him? You just call him that? Because I will start with that. I'm like,
no.
That's what I
don't know. I had the context. If not, I'm only
okay. Like she, is, it, that.
See, pronouns are confusing now. Pronouns are confusing. Anyway,
wait,
okay.
He identifies as
maybe
that.
I don't do. Maybe I don't do buzz. But let's start with it.
All right.
Okay, seriously.
Loading.
See, now you don't make me lose my chin.
But
no, is there a situation whereby the sins of previous relationships can be imposed? Because a single mom means, she's had a relationship and had a child with someone else before, of course. So, and that has not worked well. That's why you're in that situation. Is there a situation whereby that guy's fuck up is being transposed? I want to ask him. You say it for sure. Like, you have experience.
For me, I think we were friends. You understand? We were friends.
First.
Besides, you understand? So, those kind of moments were easy for her to handle. I never really experienced that, to be honest. So I can't really answer, but I think because we're friends, so whenever she felt that way, it was easier to express herself, without probably having to use the right words.
Okay.
To me, I want to ask you the same question. Okay. Because when I asked you, I heard you go, do you catch yourself?
Yeah, because things are like he said, with men, there's like a pattern to things that they do. And when someone starts to act mad, you can tell from the start where it's going to lead. So sometimes just getting yourself out of the situation early enough before your feelings really get hurt is best advice.
But the other girl that probably will probably be, hey, bro, you're mad, do you understand? So
why bond?
There's some. I don't know. You get so you just.
There's a lot of stigma that comes with being a single. You just moved your face, like.
Oh, sorry.
There's a lot of stigma that comes with being a single mom, because I know for a fact that there are 1,000,001 men that would run away once you say I have a child, right? Now, for me, it depends on the person. It's not her identity, right? Because I'm a mom doesn't mean I'm a human being as well.
Your mom?
No, not me. Because the person is a mom doesn't mean the person is not a human being as well, right? So that how do you? Okay, I think Bond asked earlier, and you said you've not really encountered that kind of friction before.
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, I want to add. Sunmi lives in the abroad. So I think
that plays a part.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
They're a little more acceptant. There are a little more people. They have that much structure and that
support system. Yeah. Support system, right? Is that the word?
And she has support system for my parents as well. Because in Nigeria, once you're a girl, most girls, once you've given birth and you're still at home, right? Your folks or your mom would probably kick you out or they're not going to talk to you for a while. You have relatives that will come bashing you because it's a steady.
Wait, is this when they hear you get pregnant?
Yeah, you have a kid. It's a continuous process, right? Until you get married.
Yes.
Immediately you have a kid. It's a continuous process until you get married. And after you get married, they will probably focus on the guy and say, see this one, you go marry person where don't born, another person picking. What if he adopts the child, right? There's definitely nothing wrong with that, especially when the child's father is absent, right? So that stigma, let's go back to the question. So that stigma is, I know you have not really faced it firsthand, but you have a friend or something that how did they handle it?
You experience it no matter which country you are in.
Okay.
As a Nigerian, I'll just say it like that. Aunties in the church, like you get the odd, like they can't do it directly to you because obviously, like, Auntie Malo Jegba. There's that, but you actually get side eyes, you get awkward questions, like
and they're not picking level born.
Do you understand? When are you going to settle down? But Auntie, what about your own child? Like, I
wish there are a couple of things that you can just say out.
Do you understand? You can't say these things outside. Obviously, in your mind or with your friends and stuff, you say these things. But
you can say those things here. Like, again, one anti Binkbe. Did I get it right? Anti Binkbe.
I beg, don't go put her.
I feel the fifth, I beg, go. I don't
I think I'm telling you, we're playing.
I like you, Anti Binkbe.
Okay, please.
Yeah, but see, those aunties, those aunties are evil. Because they come from both sides.
Yeah.
Like you, first of all, as the guy that is trying to say you want to date a single mom, right? You have those aunties that will come and say,
That's a bit strong.
You hear it now. You understand? So because
are you sure you want to do this? I think you know.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Is this one that has children? Trust me, and it's sad, because excuse me, I don't feel as long as the couple are comfortable. Do you understand? And they can live with each other. Whatever the case is, stigma, whatever, just deal with it together. As long as
So I want to ask a question. I don't know if there's a correct answer to this question. But I mean, you know that, I mean, you hear that, single parents can be very protective with their children because, I mean, especially with who they're dating. Because you don't want to confuse this child. You don't want, random people. So at what point do you allow your children meet your partner?
I don't really think there's a... Okay.
There has to be some readiness.
what I'm trying to say, everyone's different.
Yeah, like I said, there's no correct answer to this.
So there's no but obviously you have to really vet the person that you're trying to bring around your child. The person also has to like children, because forget if the person is nice to you, are they nice to your kids? Like that's really the most important thing. Like, can you leave this person with your child alone? Can you see yourself going out and leaving your child with this person? And number 5, like, would this person be okay when you guys have your kids together? Would the love change? Would your child be... Do you understand? Like, not like those Yoruba movies that you watch. You know them movies. You watch a movie and you just be like, wow, this child really suffered.
Yeah. She's the only one, or he's the only one washing plates.
Do you understand?
Washing clothes and all that.
Cinderella stuff.
Then there's one guy from outside, like a Mekai kid, that idiot. I don't know where he is now. Like a Mekai kid. There's one movie like that. Mekai kid will just come and will be forming poor man, whereas he's a rich guy. If someone has girl somewhere, you understand?
Don't do. You obviously scarred with this.
I know.
It's okay.
It's literally like that. Like, so for you, if you don't want that to be your own story, then you have to really like safeguard everything that happens around your child and filter the kind of people that are around your child. Because I believe people are spirits as well in terms of like energy and stuff that you bring around. So if someone has a weird energy and your child senses it, as like listen to your kids, they know you and they know like if there's danger. Like I actually believe that kids they're God sent literally to like guide us and stuff. So for me it's like that. But apart from that,
that's amazing, by the way.
That's a fantastic answer. I would ask you. It's a whole ask him.
I went through the same thing, but initially I was even naive. I was like, what was the big deal? Do you get? Let me meet your children. Do you get? Kept on. I just used to look at it and like so. And I had a one-on-one, and she, someone said she said similar things to just what you said, to what you just said. Now, like I mean, she can't just be bringing guys to see. So what if we try something now and nothing even works out? It doesn't work out. Then I met you. Then before you know anything, I'm brought another guy. Do you get? So. It was that kind of approach too. So when she explained it to me, it made sense. And when I met the kids, we clicked, funny enough.
I would like to add here that I know Ogieva's ex. So, it gets the way that I've been asking these questions. That may not be like you say, I'm taking it. This thing, I don't let it be full disclosure.
Like an interrogation.
The reason why because the reason why I'm saying is that because she's my buddy. And I know some certain insights. And I also know, and he didn't tell me this, I also know that he's very instrumental in their lives, even till now that they are as in the kids' lives. I'm talking about the kids.
His face is blushing. I can't even.
Wow.
They're on the road this night. They're on the road.
Nice one.
This guy just been giving us back since. Okay, now, no wala.
So, and one of the reasons, what I want to ask, because last time we spoke, and she told me that, you go for things like Uncle Day and things like that in their school and stuff. And so I want to ask you.
Yes, no, why not?
I'm impressed.
Huh?
Yeah, so just continue talk from that.
I'm impressed.
Because you can see how impressed they are.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
like I said, we were really good friends. Do you understand? So, and I knew she probably was busy, which was the case most of the time. And I mean, it was just
the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Regardless of whether...
That's amazing, by the way. Yeah. There should be more men like OG in this aspect.
But the thing about it is, even though that we should be more devil
in this aspect, more men that stay with their kids.
Different conversation.
That's a different conversation, bro.
That's about to be a topic.
No, you're right.
If
more men stay with their kids, they'll not be.
Yeah, but you know, you won't be having this conversation
because we find a lot of situations. I mean, I've seen it many times where people build relationships with kids, and and then of course,
and it's difficult to
separate. You know, and it's even difficult for you as a single mom to let that kid know that that guy ain't coming around no more. Stop asking for him. So I mean, it's impressive that you are even able to,
and it's still doing it, by the way.
I know. So, I mean,
so that's nice. Like I said,
you can be nice. So yeah. So all those girls now just look like
stop now. I mean, I just connected with the kids, and everything just. I don't know if I like. To be honest, I won't come in and be saying I like kids, and do you understand? Jay gets. I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I think it's just who I am. So I'm free with kids. I allow them to express themselves.
All right, it's okay. This show is not about you.
Have you ever had an ex that is still or asked about the kids or has built a relationship with the kids and is still trying to?
Yes. The question is yes. The question is yes.
It's very funny because I feel like I don't know if it's like a turn on for guys, but once they find out you have a child, it's like they want to be with you and they just always ask about. No, for sure.
Oh man, that's good. I bet please say that again. Please, he just said something really. Okay, so that's a confirmation that she has knocked before. So there's no need saying I'm a virgin, all those kind of things. So
I don't believe that's the reason.
No, that's what he said.
I know.
That's what he said.
I can hear him. But I just don't believe that's the reason.
I think different strokes for different folks, really, to be honest. Yeah, because like Femi said too, there's the whole traditional aspect, your family, then even what's the word your wife used the other time? Social stigma, right?
Yeah.
Is that, you understand? So all those things come into play too as well. You experience it as well. I had just a couple of friends that stopped inviting me out at the time.
And they really stopped inviting you.
Yeah, no, it's not just a few. Well, I mean,
that
it was
didn't
good riddance. Shay get good reasons, just a bunch of guys, and because it was more like this guy don't come again. Shay get, you don't tell this guy make carry babe come. Do you understand? For me, most of the time we used to always go out together. Really, Shay get, so he experienced that thing a lot. I experienced that a bit, yeah, but I guess I could get away with losing those guys as friends, but my main circle.
So you actually had like some sort of social stigma, like people, because you knew that you probably come with. So is it?
Yeah.
But she didn't come with her kids.
I wasn't even bothered, man, because in some cases when you sense it, I mean you just deal with it now. I mean, you wear the suit. Is that
you wear the cap?
You wear the cap, yeah, exactly.
It's on suit cap. I don't understand.
Now still outfit now. Now still outfit. Shoe deal. You can't walk in my shoes. You get shoes still deal. Do you understand? Everything now outfit now. You just pick the one.
Drink.
I don't drink. No way. You get. So my family knew her, to be honest, because we were dating, so it wasn't an issue to. You Get so.
Okay.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, I've known you guys together for a while. Or as in, I knew you guys. Well, I met you.
I met you
through her.
Yeah.
And exactly. So, which is why it's quite deep. Nokia connection. Hey. So,
Nokia, she's from Cameroon.
I want to ask, the personal question I want to ask is, what do you think is the fundamental thing that, why you're not together now? Because I feel that it has something to do with, you've been exactly single parenting. So what do you think is the most fundamental?
It was a mutual understanding. It wasn't really.
Yeah, I know. It has to be mutual understanding because you guys are still friends now. Yeah. So you can't be one guy that says fuck off and the other person say no.
But Bond in a relationship, when people say we broke up, it was mutual understanding. Guy, is it ever mutual understanding? Never.
No, it's never mutual understanding. I think it can be mutual understanding.
Two people, they're just in different spaces.
You just agree.
You can agree that look, that's why I asked. Yeah. Because it's mutual. You can now see the elephant in the room and say, okay, this is the elephant in the room. Mutually say, let's
just felt.
Okay, so there's no particular reason. It was just time.
Yeah.
The time has elapsed.
Just felt, that
Okay, so it wasn't going anywhere. Did you propose?
No.
Okay, so there was no proposal in any way. But was she expecting a proposal?
Why do you have that kind? Why are you expressing
Because
drop your hands now. What's in the worry this guy?
Okay, so was she expecting a proposal?
Stay like this, stay like this. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. True.
Okay, so at the end of the day, it was mutual and it was time.
Yeah.
Right.
So was it a case where?
Did you ever think it will get there?
Why did you just repeat the question? Okay.
No, because
I can't see. But I mean, I probably would have.
Anyway, thank you so much for dating a single mother. We really appreciate your effort. And I know it wasn't easy. I know it wasn't easy, right? But you've done. Finish. Just hold on. Let me finish. No. It's okay. So I personally, right, wouldn't want to date a single mother, right? Because I'm kind of needy for attention, right? Baby. Sorry now.
You're a baby.
I'm a baby. I'm a baby. Yeah, I'm a baby. Are you happy now? So I'm kind of jealous. Hey, baby. I'm kind of jealous, and I want attention. I want more attention. Like when she says she wants to go home, she wants to quickly rush home to be with her kid when we're supposed to be going for a party or we're in a party. Those kind of things. Those kind of situations can be annoying.
Can I ask you a question?
Especially when you know that you love this woman, right?
Mm-hmm. Love your wife
and this woman. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about
everything around her too.
Can I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
In relation to what you're saying.
Okay.
So let's say the shoe was on the other foot, right?
Like if it was me,
that
has a kid.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
And you had a family emergency, or you had to go and do something with your child. Would you want her to be understanding of the fact that
I don't care.
It's just a question. I'm not
no. That one I don't. Guys, do you know what? Do you know? I stand up. Fuck you, man. I'm going to take on my child. Mm-hmm. I don't. Is it what? An emergency, guys?
Yeah, but that's normally what would happen.
No, it's an emergency. That's
for
different.
A woman to just want to leave you.
It's an emergency. That's different. That's a different. Even if she don't understand, if she want to get emergency.
That means there might be something else then.
No, but so okay, let's put it. Whatever scenario that you were painting that you get pissed off.
Okay.
Switch it round. That's you.
Yeah. Wear the shoes. You're the one with the kid.
Okay, for me, right? If I decide I want to go out, I must know my timing.
And I'm sure she does. So
yeah, she probably did too now, but
I don't know.
But the thing is, but this is the thing there. So
you know, moms
instance,
and kids is different.
This is the thing there. So as you're going out now, right? You know your time, you know everything, right? Now you're out, you're having a great time with this thing, which is what I was talking about disappearing.
Yeah.
Right? You're having a great time, but you know that your kid is going to be the nanny, you know your situation, right? And you just can't just disappear, right? You just can't do the things you can do without, responsibilities.
Come back by 4 a.m.
Exactly.
And all that.
So you're having a great time, but you say, look, I have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In the middle of this great time, you're smiling and shit. Because you have to wake up and get your kids to school and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, those kind of situations.
So my point is, you now, right, in that situation, because you said,
that is the thing. That's what I'm telling you. There are lots of guys like me that have this notion that dating a single mother might be too problematic for them or too much for them to handle, right? Because of all these reasons.
When you say them, who are you talking about?
The guys, now guy.
Okay, sorry.
For too much for them to handle, right? So they rather just focus on single ladies without kids.
You didn't answer my question, but we can allow it to go because I asked you if, like she said, would you seek understanding? Because
Like if
you
it's
also
flipped,
have, I'm sure you have friends that are single dads.
Okay, so for me, right, I'm a father. I have a child, right? Guy, that's my number one priority.
Yeah.
I'm not saying love or sex or good time. No, that is my number one priority. So for the fact that I know, that should be the only thing I should be thinking about, right? First, then the woman. That's it. If the child needs me, the child needs me.
Yeah,
so that's exactly the
you understand?
Yeah,
so this is it. So I need to be with the woman that understands. That I want to be with a single father.
That's
exactly
what I'm saying now. So that you now. So but let me put it this way.
Okay.
We are basically saying you will not date yourself.
Yes, now. Of course, now. That's what I've been saying.
Basically,
that's what I've been saying now.
Like you basically will not date yourself.
That's what I'm saying. There's no need because I already know this is how I would treat you. So why would I want to be in that position when I already know how I'm going to be treated?
It's very interesting.
At what point?
I don't want us to get deviated with twins, semis,
or a partner. Not like it's necessary
because he's not a single dad, so there's no point asking him all this question.
No, I'm not. See, I dated. Okay, so my dating life, I always dated people that were older than me, right? Because younger girls were just funny. They had, I don't know, they were not just right. And I'm not saying in their head though. I'm just saying they were not just right for me because I grew up quite early and I matured quickly. Let me put it that way.
So basically, you're not early.
And no, I was 27.
All those people did
I was 27 when I first had sex with a woman.
I mean, don't spoil our mic with that lie. Don't spoil our mic.
Guy, quarrel with your mic. It's none of my business. I was 20. If you like
Femi,
believe,
chill, man. Femi, chill. I won't let that one slide. I beg. Say everything again. Don't change that age. I beg.
Okay, I was 18.
It's not even just
Go
talking
down.
because we know you're going to lie.
This guy didn't wind up.
Okay, I was 18. I think.
So I want to ask you something, Sunmi. Now, in researching this topic, I entered some funny Twitter threads. And I found out that some people that have single mother fetishes.
That's exactly my point.
Now, in the single mother fetish, because for you to have a single mother fetish, it has to be translated into the bedroom. And I've always wondered, like, I mean, first of all, have you experienced anyone with a single mother fetish? And is it as weird as I see it in my head?
Just know that men are weird. You can literally.
What do you mean men are weird?
Men are just weird.
Which I'm a man now. Which I'm a man are weird.
Take it like that.
Don't touch me, guy.
Not generally,
don't touch me, guy.
But some men are weird. And for example, when I gave birth, and obviously you're producing milk and stuff, you have some weird comments and messages like from people like, "Oh my god, milk factory." Like, what's that? It's a normal thing to do. Do you understand? Like things like that, and you're like, this is just weird.
I'm
like,
going to ask you a
woman
very
wouldn't ask
nasty
that.
question. So please, very nasty question. I promise it's very nasty.
Will I not be
and
surprised if I mean?
have you met men that I don't know if you were sexual during the period of breastfeeding. If a man,
like breast milk.
yeah, if you were the man that was
No.
okay sucking
You
breast.
skipped them.
No, right?
No,
So you're so lucky,
Yeah.
right? You're so lucky. So you've not really experienced.
But it's
those
just the fact
terrible-
that once they, like, some people are just like, I'm saying their way. Once they know you have a child, it's like there's now, like, they feel some type of excitement.
So I want to
don't
ask.
know.
So that excitement. So the thing is now.
So I don't even know why you're happy. This one is just happy behind the camera. I wish you guys can see. We just
As
jumping
in,
up and down.
this is-
Because I don't even know.
As in, he's so excited.
So excited, man.
See, Uti has dated.
Everything.
Single man. He knows now.
Back in Salford, yeah. Back in Salford, yeah. Everyone 6
Uti na dog. Blowing machine.
I don't know about that one, but
Okay.
You have no idea.
Well,
Uti.
Uti, we would put Uti on the show. He's been hiding. He doesn't want to. He's trying to.
face, no case.
No face, no
So
case.
how did you ever have any experiences from your friends' side, from your friends, probably female friends? Maybe no one has even asked you the question. Have you actually dated a guy? After being a single mom.
Of course.
okay, yeah. It's been
We've not
it's
actually
been a
asked
while.
her now.
See,
It's
Bond,
a
you
couple
did it.
years still. Couple years still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've dated, bro.
Mhm.
I was in a long-term relationship.
Oh, you're out of
after.
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
hi.
Is it?
Baby, don't lose God.
It's okay.
Don't lose God. Don't lose God for the
Shout Baba raising Tommy shoe.
Fresh.
I
Don't worry yourself.
yourself.
Fresh. And so, did you experience it?
Okay.
So how did your friends handle it?
My
if
friends,
if at all,
okay, living in Nigeria and living in the UK is two completely different experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
So most of my friends over there are either married with kids or are single mom or single girls who have kids around them. So it was never really a thing where my friends, it was just the guy accepting you have a child, and I'm also from a family that I'm very close to them. So it's him just understanding that he's going to have to share his time with me, my family, and my child. And if you can't do that, then it just can't work.
You step in.
That's it.
No deal.
It's not really hard to
There's a guy
differentiate
to
it.
decipher.
And the
man.
guy will tell you, because to be honest, there's no need for you to lie. We're all adults now. So it's not like you need to be going out of your way to woo someone just so you can have sex. It's not that hard. It's really easy to get it. So it shouldn't be really, if it's really about that.
It's not really
you
that hard,
understand?
right?
So
Billing.
no.
The two of you.
Okay, so
Your brain stopped when they had sex. Stop listening.
not me. I was still listening. So I wanted to say there's a
Kai, you will give it up. Kai.
Bond. There's a part of this conversation that we're missing out.
I have a question
right?
to ask
Sorry,
you.
let me finish.
Hot question.
Let me finish. So there's a part of this conversation that we're missing out, and now I'm talking about. I won't talk about the girls in the UK, right, or people that live outside the country. Girls in Nigeria, like single moms, right? Not most of them, but some of them, right? A single guy is dating a single mom, and automatically they want to shift the responsibility from the father to the single guy, right?
Okay.
My
With
wife and I were talking about this yesterday.
come and buy this, or my child is in the hospital. Obviously, the guy has a heart, right?
Yeah.
And of course, we're talking about a child, and you have something to do with the mother of the child.
Yeah.
You need to represent. Now, you need to represent. Now, it might not be. It might be by force. It might be by force. Somehow, the girl is telling you, but it might not be intentional. But you, as the guy, you just carry it upon yourself. You want to do school runs. you want to pay for school fees, you want to show up. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to show up, right? Now, it's weird that this happens a lot in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right? It happens a lot. We're not even talking about single ladies now. Single women with kids. They transfer that thing. Now, is it a good? Is it they transfer that responsibility to the single guy? Yeah. Now, is this right?
I want to ask one question before you ask that question.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Because you're asking out Nigerian this thing, but I want to ask before you ask that question is the dad that is in this equation, right? Yeah, the father that is just in equation that has just, I mean, his mom has, his wife or his baby mama is meeting someone and is about to just, marry somebody. Does that mean that his rights as a dad, vacates?
No.
Exactly. So when you ask about that transfer, like usually that transfer happens when
he's not involved.
Exactly.
No, I don't agree with you. So I would say this, right? I don't think it is right for that single man to delve into to delve into that part of the woman's life. You see, let the woman handle her ex, right? If the ex is paying for fees and paying all those things, it really doesn't matter. But if the woman comes out and says, I want money for this, that means somebody is not doing something or she's lying. The man has no way to find out. He's not going to call the ex and say, guy, you don't pay school fees. Guy, try because last man, guy, you need to pay this, the one way concern me, once have you carry our woman out? Carry the picking me lick ice cream. But besides that, man, I'm not gonna do your guy. I don't follow you Nakam now. That time, right? I know.
Wow.
Yeah, that time. So take care of this thing. Take care of not this thing. Take care of this child. Right? It's your responsibility. So it has a lot to do with the woman. So it's the decision of the woman, the choice of the woman. All this thing we're talking about. Whether being serious with a guy or not being serious or every other thing I just talked about, it's the decision of the woman. It boils down for the woman to know that, okay, I can see some traits in this guy and I'm liking it. It is time. That's why I mentioned when Bond asked you that question. I said the readiness. You have to determine the readiness. You have to say, okay, I think it's time for this guy to meet my child.
So, Sunmi, I want to ask you, what do you think about transfer of responsibility? I'll just use that broadly.
Yeah, okay.
Well, to me, where I'm from, it's not really necessary for you to transfer responsibility.
Abroad, they got some UK in it. Yeah,
she's from the UK, innit?
Yeah.
I learned in it too.
Femi is from the UK, innit?
Yeah. Shoma.
Calm down.
Shoma, like
baby steps.
Shoma. I have this friend who's an older friend, and because now Yoruba. Right, and this you know.
Yeah.
So he can't bring Antona for Yoruba. He go say Shoma, like guy, Shoma. Yeah, Shoma.
Understand?
Like,
see, actually, I think
set your mouth like that.
Shoma. No, that's the way it was. That's
what Yoruba is sick.
Why you dey phone inside Yoruba? For you to know Shoma, you sabi speak Yoruba.
Yeah.
Yes. For you to know Shoma.
It's like the Ashake thing now.
Yes, now.
Asake.
Oh, really? So that's what they even call it.
Yeah.
Asake.
Anyway, so
Bond, you're coming.
So obviously in the UK, it's not necessary for you to do that because you either are working and you have enough in terms of your salary to look after yourself and your child, and you get all these free benefits that everyone is entitled to when it comes to like childcare and all this kind of stuff. So it's not really necessary for you to go out of your way to be billing a guy on top of someone else's child.
So I feel
but there are still some girls though.
But if you have self-respect, I feel like genuinely,
if you have self-respect, that's the thing.
If you have self-respect, you wouldn't want a guy because guys are funny. They can come back tomorrow and come and say, "Minimo tojo moe."
But didn't he?
But it's someone else's child.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. It depends on the woman. So everything basically depends on the woman or the single parent. Sorry,
that his dad, right, met his mom when his mom was pregnant.
Well, that did bad.
Now this guy had he never met his real dad. Like his surname is his dad. Stepdad, and it's university abroad. Private university, everything, private school, everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so, I mean, those kind of things are still, that transfer responsibility. To some men actually welcome it.
It depends on the man as well. Because if a woman brings billing to you and you look at the woman and actually look at her situation that this girl actually needs help, then that's different. Because you are in her life, to be honest. She's going to be bringing things into your life. It might not be financially, but she'll be bringing some sort of something.
There's something I was going to add when you said that thing about financial things. So, because we said it in the break when we had this short break, and we're talking about, somebody bringing billings to you, right? Or dealing with the ex, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you have situations where a man, especially if you can afford it, say, you know what, I like this woman, I love her, right? She's dealing with this guy. She's having to go and meet him for money, right? I can afford to stop her having to call this guy. Do you get having to bother this guy, having to call some court, having to do all that thing? You know what? Let him just fuck off. So the thing is that, guys, and the thing I see, the way I see it is, if you love someone, you love everything about them.
Yeah,
so if you love a babe, or if you love this babe and she has a dog, you have to love the dog. No, I see that. I mean,
no.
Dude,
I can be allergic to dogs.
No dogs.
Yes.
As in, dogs know me. As in, if I had, that's like.
My point being, if you don't,
when they see their brother, they know now.
It won't last.
It won't last.
Let's not deceive
because
ourselves.
The dogs will always
be there.
Right?
If you don't love this person's dog, you now say every time you come to you and say you're gonna take your dog to be outside, bro, that relationship would not last.
Well, I feel. Yeah.
So the way is, if this babe loves dogs and you want to be with her long term, she's probably going to have. If that dog dies, you're going to get another dog.
Yes.
So you better love it. Same with
or
the kids,
look for another babe.
Same with the job. Same with her profession. Same with a whole lot of things. So the way I see it is that if you're a man, right? Yeah,
like you're in a relationship with a stripper. You need to love our profession as well.
There's some bitch ass niggas out there that make men look
weak.
But if you're a man, I'm serious. If not even weak, look stupid. But if you're a man and you love this woman, you see this woman and you say, okay, I want to be with this woman, right? It's everything. So, I mean, that child is just part of her, right? And now, if you can afford to take care of that child, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you can't afford to take care of that child, or if it's something more than that, and you're thinking about your own child and thinking about that kind of thing, then hello, maybe some of that nigga needs to come and chip in and that thing is responsible.
That's where the problem will start.
But my point is, it's not even about that money because it's that conversation. Yeah, it's a balance. Right? But if you now say, because my wife was telling me yesterday about how disgusting that there are some men that would meet a single mom, say I like her, and it happens, I mean, you've heard about this, and tell you to go and leave your child somewhere. You know?
So that we can go out or what?
So we can marry.
What you were talking about.
Come again.
So we can marry. So don't bring that child to my house.
We can marry, but don't bring the child.
So so
I think the guy just playing smart.
With your mom. No, I'm sure.
No, there's a lady that ended her engagement because of this. And
it happens to a lot of people.
Recently.
Engagement, not like
they were
about to marry. And the conversation was like, this child is not.
It just sounds like
he's not coming to our marital home.
For me, it just sounds like it's an easy way out because I mean.
They were about to get married.
For instance,
that was the story on his own. They were about to get married, and the guy just said, "Oh, this your child."
Dropped it last minute.
Yeah, last minute. Yes. Like your child can come into our matrimonial home.
Yes,
most definitely. Pressure from someone.
So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Because I mean, we had this discussion somewhat in the past, where there's the whole cultural aspect, social stigma. You get it, and for me, I mean, besides me just answering questions here, there are a lot of things here that people go through, both from the single person side and the parent rather.
Why are you mumbling?
Am I
stumbling? You seem to be trying to.
He's mumbling and stumbling.
He's
mumbling and stumbling. He's passionate about the topic, innit?
Oh, really?
You see the way they put it in it?
No, so but the thing is that people they all go through different.
Was that one of the things?
You've remembered your question.
No, it's not. But it's one of the questions. I want to ask you now, because we're talking about financial responsibilities.
Yeah.
Is that one of the things that because no man wants to deal with an ex.
Mm-hmm.
No man wants some guy coming with his baggage, with his rubbish, walking in at any time. You have to call him and say, I won't pay the school fees. The kid needs, shoes. No man wants to be having to have that, especially if he loves the kid and the mom.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, right? Would you say that, because in your case, I mean, it's not just one kid, that the financial responsibility was probably one of the stumbling blocks in your relationship?
Yeah, well, fair enough. To be honest, yeah, it was probably part of it. So, I won't say it was a cautious decision, but definitely was,
It was one of the things spoken about in the mutual agreement.
No.
There's a mutual agreement. You know how they sign player? Come sit down.
No.
You sign here.
No.
You sign.
So I think we both knew I probably couldn't even afford it at the time. I mean, it's not giving. I'm not going to. I couldn't now. Do you get? So
it's okay.
But I mean, whichever way, I tried.
But at least you can afford your time, and you're giving your time. You're a proper man now.
You've done well. You've done good, man, bro.
They clap now, as in is there. And
you try now. You give something. You give your time, which is okay.
Which is more expensive.
Which is okay. No, I'm not being sarcastic, by the way.
I know.
Like, I really appreciate your effort.
The problem is that with Femi now, you don't know
when I'm joking or when I'm serious.
That's you have.
Okay, now I am. Okay, see, now I'm serious.
Okay, so when you uncross your leg, hey, God.
Now I'm serious. We all appreciate you, man.
By the way, I want to apologize. If you're watching this already, we had a breaking transmission. I don't know what that is. It's some recording thing, but I'm sure if you're here with us now, you stayed till this part. Nice. Big up to yourself.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Tried.
You're amazing.
So let's get back. And yes, don't forget to like, subscribe,
follow,
follow, do
Instagram,
all that.
Twitter,
comment,
Facebook, and share your comments. I mean, if you've won the shoes, if you've been single, you dated a parent, if you've been a parent, you dated a single person, just share your experiences. I mean, the bad is the bad side of it that really,
So why you don't want to hear the good
part? Yes,
your experiences.
Your experience.
I don't understand.
If you eventually got married to the man, or you eventually got married to the woman, please share it as well. Because I know somebody, we went to school together and she was a single mom. And can I finish, please? She was a single mom and very lovely woman. Lovely girl. Sorry, at that point it was a girl. Lovely girl and very beautiful, by the way. And the guy got married to her and of course to her kid as well. Right? Yeah, you go marry everybody now.
Yes, sir.
Not everybody, no worry.
I saw on Instagram where the guy proposed to the kid.
Yes.
Like a father.
Yes.
Like he proposed to the mom and then gave the kid a little something like,
I'm going to give me your permission to be your father.
Yeah.
It's not this.
That's a love story.
Social media proposal.
You know the funny
Come
thing.
here, boy. I got your mom now. You saw me proposing. Come here.
Ask my wife, or if you like, is my wife. You know, so, but again, I'd like to talk about this topic maybe another time. I would like to talk about love, right? How I think we should talk about it. Love, not sex. I think we should talk about it, and we should have a whole couple of people, like, because I feel that personally, I feel that there are a lot of people that are what they call.
They don't know what
they call
is.
those things. People that don't love anyhow.
In and out of love.
No. There's a name they call it.
Serial lovers.
Serial lovers. Like, Bond, take it right there.
I go school now.
Serial lovers, unlike Ogieva that didn't go to school.
Anything.
You don't open Google like 5 times for here.
Yeah. So serial lovers. There are a lot of people that are serial lovers. There are a lot of people that are serial lovers, right? Because I personally think that love can die. I personally feel that love can die.
I don't think love can die.
Let me finish. Sorry, because there are some times I can look at. No, I'm not talking about love for a child.
That's the thing.
No.
And no. Let me.
I'm not talking about love for a
We're going
child.
to debate.
There are different types of love.
So
well.
So I don't want us to debate. So I want us to talk about another topic. So that's something that
The
you
reason
guys.
why I want to say that love can die, I know. I just want to add here. I know he's debating. My brain, my OCD will not allow me to let it go. So why I believe that love cannot die is because I think that we mislabel love. We call a lot of other things love.
Okay.
Right? That is not love. But when you really love someone, it doesn't die. So it can, what's the word? You can love someone that it makes you realize that you can't be with that person. Right? You cannot be with that person.
You can't be with that person, but you still love the person.
Yes. So if that person comes now tomorrow now and says, I need you to help me do this.
No, that's just out of the goodness of your heart.
No,
that's who
if I don't
you are.
like, I'm not doing
it's
jack
the same
for
way you
you.
talk
I
about
don't want
kids.
girl here that like.
Okay, so
like,
we're living the topic. We're living the topic. That's why I said we're going to have a full episode to talk about love, and we're going to banter. We're going to talk about from different angles. Yeah. So I hope she's going to be around. I want so.
Before we go, I want Sunmi to speak to. How do I put it? Speak to what would you wish? What would you in a perfect world, right? What would you in this topic in the wish for, how what would be an ideal situation for single moms, single situation?
To start off with, I don't want to come across this thing, but to be honest, if the guy that got the girl pregnant in the first place was in the child's life, she would still be a single mom, but she would be in a cordial relationship with that person because of her child.
What is it? What to call what?
A cordial relationship.
Cordial.
I bet shake me.
Tell me don't let.
She'll say, oh no, hold on. I guess something. She goes say support. And you support, cordial. I'm like, okay. I better talk about this again. By
the time this guy reaches you want to know about cordial relations.
Come back.
I said, I'll be like, my shoes are cordial. But really.
So yeah. Being in your child's life as well, it's more than you. Okay, so some people believe that if they're not in their children's life, it's going to affect the mom more than it affects the child. But the mom probably has her own parents that care about her. She's now the parent for this child. So at the end of the day, you're not hurting this woman as much as you're hurting your child. Because these kids go to school, their friends have parents. Both parents are coming to pick them up. Daddy's picking you up or mom is dropping you off. Like, they know they're in a 2-parent household. Imagine what your child is facing in school, the bullying, the all of that. Like, some men just need to think about it as it's bigger than me and not be selfish about it. Because even women as well are very selfish. They're using their kids to like blackmail the man and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that happens. But if you genuinely love your child, you are going to do anything that is best for that child, even if it hurts you in terms of your ego, your pride and everything. So there are loads of people that are not with their son or daughter's father, but
they make it work.
And they respect each other. where your side chick or your own babe or something will not come and now disrespect your child's mother.
Yeah.
So basically, wait. Basically, I want to say before we deviate and banter about this, I want to buttress what she's saying, or even emphasize what she's saying. Guys need to step up, right? So I mean, first of all, if baby daddies, play their part, a lot of these things that were talked about today would not be necessary, right? Yeah. I mean, for instance, if you want to go out for a weekend with this guy, if you can drop it with the baby daddy and you're comfortable with that, then you have a good relationship. It won't be, that would not be a problem.
All these guys.
We talked about transfer of responsibility. If the baby daddy was stepping up and it was not an issue, right, there wouldn't be need to transfer responsibility. So
understanding time,
exactly,
time
all those kind of things. So and all these things, like you now that's having to go to daddy. Okay. No, I'm just saying now you have to go for this kind of events. Now,
sorry, did you dress up like? Did you like?
What do you wear?
Do you like a clown outfit?
I wear now.
Like a clown outfit. Okay. I'm just a question. Like, why you been all style?
So he wore a hero outfit. He wore like Superman.
Oh yeah, Superman
landed with the cape
with fake muscles and.
So if your kids here happen to be doing something in school, and boarding school, for instance, and yourself and your wife have to travel, or you plan the trip, blah blah. They're supposed to be in school, right?
Yeah.
Abi? Then there happens to be an emergency. Somebody needs to go. Will you call it? It doesn't even have to be. Will you call the person, someone to go and check on your kids?
Will I call someone?
Yeah. Abroad, for instance.
Yeah, that's a given. I'll definitely call someone.
Yeah, so it applies.
Okay, so the call someone.
So you call who you trust.
Yeah, but in our situation, what we are trying to explain.
It's not about anything.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Get me, really.
Okay, I get you.
No, but it's about anything. It's about anything, because the fact that she trusts you with the kid, it's very. It's a very sacred thing.
It says a lot about you.
Yeah, it's a very sacred thing. So, however, if the dad stepped up,
I won't have to go now.
It will not be necessary. So I think we can confidently end on that note, because we can talk about this forever.
Yeah. Baby daddies just step up.
Yes. So first of all, baby daddies, on behalf of No Wrong Convo and Life from Times with Struggle Lagos because step up in your children's life, and then don't forget to like as you're stepping up.
Follow,
like, step up to the like button. Subscribe.
Press the
share your comments as well. We need you guys to continue
share
to
to your friends. Share the links to your friends. Let them hear.
We really need them to even
and then hello. I want to add here, to the baby mamas out there, share the link to your baby daddy.
Yeah. You understand?
Let them see what going in.
Yes.
You get me? Till next time.
Thank you so much thank you to see me.
Thank you
Sunmi, sorry. Sunmi for coming around. It was a lovely time with you. For all the Nigerian babes.
Hopefully we have sponsors so we can flew in.
Yeah, we need to flew in. So thank you for coming around. It's 6 hours. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. For all the Nigerian girls that decided that